Gary Vaynerchuk is a serial entrepreneur, investor, one of the most sought-after public speakers alive today, and a 4-time New York Times best-selling author. He went from being born in the Soviet Union, living in a studio apartment with 8 other family members, to building a net worth of $160 million. And today we're going to learn his best advice on how to practice things that feel scary. Rise and shine, it's Entspresso time!
I wake up every morning.
Espresso keep me going.
I wake up every morning.
Hey, it's Carmichael, and every morning I bring you a shot of Entspresso to help you believe in yourself more and start your day with confidence. So good morning, I believe in you, and let's do this. Over to you, Gary Vaynerchuk.
I think for me, because I was an immigrant, because I had bad grades, my whole life I was losing, that by the time I was a grown-up, losing and fear didn't mean anything to me. So I got lucky in so much adversity as a child. I think if you haven't had that, or even if you had that, you still fear it because of the way your parents judged, you have to practice. Like you have to practice doing things that you are scared of. It's very true. It's like when people talk to me about fear, it feels so heavy. I'm like, it's like swimming or kissing a boy. You were scared of that when you were young until you did it, and then you were, or talking to me, right? But then practice gets you there. So you have to practice things that feel scary, and then you'll get more used to them. It's the truth. It's just the truth.
The number one thing you can do for your confidence is to do scary things. When you come up against something that's scary, that's difficult, that's hard, and you don't do them, you're telling yourself that you can't and that you suck. You're teaching yourself with every inaction that you're the kind of person who plays small. You need to flip that thinking. It's scary, you do it. It's scary, you're jumping, because you do scary things. So I was talking to Alex this morning on my team. Alex helps me run Toronto Dance Salsa, Canada's largest salsa dancing business, maybe North America's. We need to figure out that number actually somehow. Businesses are private, it's hard to figure it out. But anyway, I'm talking to Alex this morning, and he, as part of his daily challenge, is doing Omegle videos. So Omegle, if you don't know Omegle, is a platform where you can chat with strangers. And his goal is to connect with people around the world and get better at coaching, motivating, inspiring, helping them feel his who, which is belong. And so he does this every morning. You press a button and you just get paired via video with some random stranger based off of certain interests. And so he had some guy on today, and he said, Evan, you need to hire this guy for your business. He was so great. He's got such a big heart. His one word is love. His who is love. You need to hire him. I said, well, why don't you hire him? Why don't you bring him into TDS? Why don't you recruit him? And he said, you're right. And I need to not be scared. And he's putting this pressure on himself to not be scared. I said, no, it's not that you need to not be scared. If you're not scared, it's because you're living a life so small that you're just photocopying the same day over and over and over again. You want to be scared. If you have things that make you scared, it means you're growing, you're learning, you're getting better. If there's nothing in your calendar that makes you scared in the next month, you hate your life. That's actually most people. Most people don't have anything in their calendar that is scary, and they look at their calendar ahead and they hate their life. They're bored. They're photocopying the same day over and over again. You don't want that. So the goal isn't to not be scared, because that means you're playing small. The goal is to find things that are scary and then to teach yourself that you do them. And so he reached out and said, okay, you're right, I'm going to reach out. So he reached out to them, and we'll see. That was just today. We'll see what happens. We had another example where the security guard in my building here is just one of the most loving, warm people that you're ever going to meet. I've seen a lot of security guards, I guess, over the years of being in hotels, living in hotels, and being here. And there aren't that many people who are as friendly as she is. You walk in and she's warm and she's kind and she's waving hello and she's asking how you are. And even if you've never met her before, she's still giving you basically a hug from afar. And I told Alex, you need to recruit this person. You need to come over here and you need to recruit this person. And so he eventually drove over here, over to my place, and he was scared. It took him half an hour or so before driving because he wasn't sure what he was going to say. Like, how do you come over and say, hey, I want you to join my salsa dance school. I think you'd be a good instructor. Super random and creepy, right? So eventually he did it. and he had a conversation, and Alex used to be a security guard, and she's a security guard, and he wanted to be a cop, and she apparently wants to be a cop. And anyway, they got to talking, and he said, hey, I want to teach you how to be an instructor. Are you interested to have the impact that you want to have? And she said yes, and they just started their training. But again, it's a case of doing scary things. That's not typically how we would recruit an instructor. But when you find an opportunity and you get this idea, especially for entrepreneurs, you get this idea in your head that you want to do it. The fact that you want to do it and it's different, it means that it's going to be scary. Your big dreams, your big goals, the impact that you want to have is all on the other side of scary. And the worst thing you can do is teach yourself that when you hit something scary, you play small, because that becomes a pattern that then becomes hard to break. Because every time you do it, you're teaching yourself, I play small, I play small, I'm too scared, I can't do it, I play small, I play small. That's the record that then loops. You need to break that record. You need to snap that record in half and replace it with the I do scary things, because everything you want in life is on the other side of you saying yes and doing scary things. So how do you actually do it? I've got a 3-step process that will break it down for you and make it easy. But before that, if you want to have unstoppable confidence, self-love, and motivation, check out my 254 series. They're free. The links to join are in the description below.
The reason people aren't patient is they value other people's opinions too much. In a success world, please understand that success is happiness, not net dollars in. My ability to only be comfortable in massive chaos has been my biggest asset as an entrepreneur. Like, I would never take a note. Like, that scares the piss out of me what these 3 people are doing right now.
Okay, so how do we do scary things? How do we summon the courage that we need to lean into the difficult things? 3 steps, let's go. Step number 1 is scary, difficult, or hard. These are the triggers that I use for myself. It's so hard to actually figure out when you're making the mistake. We're so good at finding really logical excuses and reasons. Let's call them reasons, because they're not excuses, right? We're so good at finding really logical reasons why we shouldn't do something, but really you're just afraid. You wouldn't believe a really stupid reason. So you're gonna find a really smart reason why you won't do it, but really you're just afraid. And so trigger words for me are scary, difficult, or hard. If I ever say scary, difficult, or hard, if my wife, my son, my friends, the people around me, my team ever hear me say, right, they can't hear me think, but when I think it, scary, difficult, or hard, they call me out. I try to call myself out too, to say, now I have to do it. Because scary, difficult, or hard are no longer good enough reasons. Again, as long as it's not going against your core values, you're not hurting somebody, you're not doing something stupid, right? Most of the things that are scary, difficult, or hard for you are really just, at the end of the day, somebody else's opinion. You're not worried about failing, you're worried about failing in front of somebody else. And that is not a good enough reason for you not to take action. So when you hear, write, or say scary, difficult, or hard, that means it's go time. You run in, you jump towards, let's move. Step number 2 is the boom, boom, boom test. And that's your heart going boom, 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 boom. So scary, difficult, or hard are thoughts, our language. Boom, boom, boom test is physical. When you're feeling your heart going boom, 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 that means you're scared. It's the same thing. It's just a physical version of it instead of you actually vocalizing or thinking it. And so, same reaction. When you feel your heart going like this, when you can catch it, you may not always catch it, that's okay. But when you catch it, what do? Because when you catch yourself feeling scared, do you again find a logical reason why you can't do it and force yourself to play small? Or do you say, ooh, I'm feeling it, it's go time, right? Again, you want to teach yourself, scary, difficult, or hard, or your heart's going boom, 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 go time. We do it, we jump in, we move forwards, we demand action. And then step number 3 is tie your self-worth to the effort, not the result. This is another big mindset shift that if you can make, it will change your life. Most people tie their self-worth to the result, to winning, to getting a certain outcome. If you do that, if that's how you base your self-worth, right? I only get my confidence, my pride, my self-love when I get a certain result. You're only gonna play small for life, because you're only gonna take on the projects where you know you're gonna get a result in. So you play small for life. Where most successful people, they don't know they're gonna get a result. They're trying a whole bunch of new stuff all the time. They're constantly failing, but they don't tie their self-worth to winning. They tie their self-worth to the effort. If you tie your self-worth to the effort, most days you'll wake up and you may not win. You may not get the result you're looking for, but overall, you're gonna accomplish way more things than the person who ties their self-worth only to winning. So learn, practice, pat yourself on the back for when you tried your hardest. You tried your hardest to make your first YouTube video. It sucked. Who cares about the results? Nobody liked it. It only had one comment and it says, "You suck." Great. You pat yourself on the back, say, "I did my best. I did my best. I'm gonna wake up and tomorrow I'm gonna do it again." If you did that every day, your life will change. The impact that you wanna make will come true. You'll be able to build the actual business and life that you deserve, that your family deserves, that the people around you deserve. Can you tell I'm excited about this, guys? You have to learn to tie your self-worth to your effort and not the results that you're getting. Now I've got a really special bonus clip that I think you're gonna enjoy, but before that, question of the day, I wanna know, what is the scary thing that you've been putting off that you need to do? You've been telling yourself a really logical reason, not an excuse, a reason why you can't do it. What is that thing that you now need to do? Let me know, put it down in the comments below. And if you made it this far in the video, you're still here watching, Believe Nation, I love you. I wanna celebrate you. You're the kind of person who takes action, right? Doesn't just watch a video, we're gonna do something after it, because watching alone doesn't do anything for us. If that's you, give me a hashtag Believe in the comments below and tell me where you're from, because I wanna celebrate you.
The most important conversation you'll ever have is the one you have with yourself. You wake up with it, you walk around with it, eventually you'll act on it. And my self-talk was the most disgusting self-talk of all time. So the sewer of my mind, like I said, you have to go back in there and fix things. A lot of us are afraid, like right now, 20 years ago, you wouldn't find me on this show. I was too embarrassed to tell you I stuttered, I lied, all these different things, getting beat up, getting bullied, whatever happened. But that's where the true transformation starts to happen. When you can look at people, anybody, thousands of people, one person, and say, hey, this is who I am. And this is where I have to fix myself. And this is where it really happened. I thought it happened when I was in, 19, 18 years old trying to pass this military test. Right. It happened here when I was almost 300 pounds, spraying for cockroaches, making $1,000 a month. And people called me dumb. My dad called me so many things, it's not even funny. Being beat just stripped me of all self-esteem. This is when I realized I was alone on this earth. I have God but alone on this earth, and I have to fix everything. So this is where I started to develop an indestructible mental toolbox. Okay. So I came home one night after spraying for cockroaches at Ecolab, and literally I was spraying at Steak and Shake, and I would go across the street to 7-Eleven. I had a 45-minute commute home. So I worked from 11 o'clock at night to 7 o'clock in the morning. Okay. I had a 45-minute commute home. And my stop would be, Steak and Shake, chocolate milkshake, across the street, 7-Eleven, box of mini chocolate donuts, and I would eat that on the way home. Yeah, sure. When I come home, I turn the TV on, I take my shake because the box of donuts they were killed. Oh, yeah. I kill those. Yeah. Go back to the back, turn the TV on and take a shower. Listen to the TV while I'm taking a shower. This day I heard these guys on the TV talking about Navy SEAL, toughest, class 224. So I heard stuff about Navy SEALs. These are the baddest of the baddest. Yeah. And so I come out and I'm watching this show while I'm drinking my shake. And when you're watching the show of guys who are putting it out there and they're quitting left and right. Oh, sure. Just can't handle it. They're going through Hell Week. They show them going through first phase, second phase, third phase, and they're dropping like flies. I looked in this one guy's eyes who was ringing the bell to quit, to put his helmet down out of Navy SEAL training, and I saw myself. And I saw what everybody said I was going to be, which was nothing. What I said I was going to be, that conversation you have, that's who I was. So that's why I lied to people to tell them a different version of the truth. Sure. I had to make all those lies reality. I had to make them real. I had to become a real person. So that's when I put in my mind that I'm going to go to the toughest military training on the planet. And where it has the most water, the thing I was scared of the most, I had to go back. So a lot of us run away from our fears. Sure. And we box ourselves in to a lifestyle of this is all we can do. Right. 'Cause I'm afraid of everything outside this box. Yeah. So I'm comfortable inside this box. I jumped the box. Oh, you did, yeah. For the first time in my life. Mentally, I jumped the box and said, hey, I got to come out here and play.
Evan, thank you so much for having a couple seconds and being able to tell the Believe Nation a little bit about Empathy Wines. It means a lot to me that you would take this valuable real estate and time on your channel to give me some love. It means a lot. It's just good karma points, and so you're awesome. Thank you. Believe Nation, if you're into wine at all, go to empathywines.com. My whole career's work was poured into producing a wine that rivaled $40 to $60 wine for 20 bucks a bottle. I'm just super excited about this subscription-based wine business. You can order 3, 6, or 12 bottles in subscription form, rosé, white, red. If you search on Instagram or Twitter, you will be blown away. People are literally like, I don't even like Gary Vee, but the wine's good. Super proud of the effort. Thanks, Evan, for the time. Wishing you guys all happy and healthy.
If you want to know what Gary Vaynerchuk says is the key question that you must ask yourself, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.